Hi, and welcome back to the Wicked Thrifter resale channel. We're back at it, shopping at Goodwill and some other thrift stores to see if we can find items to buy and flip on eBay for a profit. This time of year can be challenging for some to find items that are decent at the thrift stores, mostly because we're past the season of clean out. A lot of time people see spring as a time of renewal or cleaning. Spring cleaning is a big thing, so they'll go through items and donate what they no longer want or need. You'll see an influx of inventory, and the sourcing is really great during the spring and summer months, especially if you're a garage sale picker. You can go to those places to find lots of great items for a really decent price. I was checking out these art glass, is it martini glasses? They were nice, but there was only 3, and I'm trying to get sets of like 2 or 4, and I didn't want to leave just one behind. I do grab this. You know how I love my art or studio pottery pieces, and this was an interesting little canister or cookie jar. I grabbed these as well. I haven't listed them yet. These are a party light candle holder. They look older. When I grabbed them initially, I didn't know they were party light pieces. They wanted $6.99 a piece, and I figured cast iron is generally a good item for me to sell. I grabbed them anyway. Now here's something I'm going to have a hard time selling. I got it for $19.99. It's handmade and signed on the back. I love sunflower items, and this is a hand-carved wood piece. You'll run into that from time to time as a reseller. You'll find stuff that you want to keep, but brings in decent profit, so you end up selling. I looked at this rooster or chicken folding basket. They wanted $6.99, which wasn't a bad price. However, when you look online, there's one active listing for $29 plus shipping, and there's only one sold, but that is over 2 years ago. So there's no current solds in the last 90 days, so I choose to leave that behind. I picked these up as well. I have a matching set at home that I'm going to lot together to bring up the sell price for me, and then I'll get a higher profit out of those 2 pieces. This looked like a school student pottery piece. I left that behind. I thought these little wall hooks were cute. There were only 3. If there had been more, maybe I would have looked at getting them, but at the price point and the amount you could get for it, I wasn't going to grab. They had a lot of precious moments. Someone obviously had donated a collection. Unfortunately, there were no figurines with boxes. That's one thing. I will tend to look at the precious moments and other like collectible figurines more so if it has the original box, as it's easier to look up. Though these usually have the name and everything on the bottom, but boxes sometimes will have barcodes that you can scan to see. Some of those will bring in a decent return. You just have to look at them. And if you know the market, great. Otherwise, I generally stay away from precious moments in a lot of the figurines. This was just a hand-carved wood figurine. I do like to look at those. If they're signed, I'll take a chance on them most of the time. Now, this was a Raku pottery elephant. It only was $4.99, and some of these can go for a decent amount of money. There were no comps showing a sold one. There was an active listing for an outrageous amount of money. So that's why I tell you over and over again, make sure you're looking at the sold comps and not just the listed prices, because listed prices mean nothing if there's no solds. So make sure you're looking at that. Now, if you're a collector, obviously these prices can be still great for you. These were cute. A few months back, or even over the last year, they became popular again. The climbing wall hanging squirrels. They only had the one. They didn't have the matching pieces, and I had a chip on the ear, so I left that behind. There's an art glass purse. And then I grabbed this to bring back with me. I thought it was really neat. I've never seen more than one cloisonne bird at a time, and these were rather large for what they are, and in decent condition. There is some chipping you'll see on the branches there that the gold paint is showing through the brown paint, but I don't think that detracts from it, and I have that listed. I initially grabbed this carved wood duck figurine. I end up putting that back as I have a few already listed in my store that haven't sold yet. The birds tend to do better for me over ducks unless they're signed. Duck decoys, like wood carved ducks, can sell for high amounts of money as well, depending on the artist and how old it is and how well it's done. This section here at this Goodwill tends to have higher priced items. I've scored some decent items to pick up for resale in this section. These little vases intrigued me. They had a quality to them that reminded me a lot of the Wade, like English pottery pieces. I don't know if they're English or Irish pottery, but that's what that reminded me of. And then I grabbed this. I don't know if I should have. I am attracted to pottery. This was a little outside of what I normally would pick up, but it kind of reminded me of like a mushroom on the design side of it. I grabbed it just to take a shot. There was a signature. I like looking up the different artists and learning the history in it, so whether or not I get a huge return on that, hopefully I do, but I like learning about different potters and different studios and such, and finding out where they are and the details of it. So I thought this was neat. At $8.99 it was a little high. I found some current pieces that were listed. They were listed for in the 50s, but I couldn't find any current solds that met my expectation. So I left that behind. The sell-through rate was a little slow, so I didn't want to hold on to it forever. I'm checking out the Christmas section. Here was some brass menorah napkin rings. I hadn't come across those before, and I initially thought I might get these to sell, but they didn't have a very good sell-through rate, at least high enough for profit. But I did grab this. Mary Engelbrett items sell for me decently. This was $1.99 and it was a wall switch plate cover, and I assume that they'll sell fairly fast as well. And this is the last item that I picked up at $4.99. It's not that bad of a pickup. It will probably sell anywhere between $30 and $40. It's a cast iron base with the little glass lampshade. Those tend to sell decently for me. And I think that's it. I'm just going to wrap it up here for you. I want to thank you again for your time, and I appreciate if you could leave a comment, like, or subscribe. That would be wonderful. And if you have any questions or comments, you can just put them down below. Here's your recap, and I'll see you in the next one.